Holy shit!
I've
got that.
Got it. Kevin Spacey.
And
What happened to Ben?
I know. He said he got it, then he disappeared.
I think
What the
I'll
hell?
wait. I'll wait, and he can edit this part out.
What the hell? I don't know what's going on.
It's almost closing time. I need to go get a pint.
Uh,
A pint and a
I've got
small
my
one.
point. I've got my point, and I'm ready to talk.
Ben has his point and his small one.
tonight,
I have heard Shara. Tonight.
Stop.
There we go. That was great.
Tonight, Covered in Film comes to you live from our homes in a recording.
Sure, we do.
The fuck
so
did you
true.
even find a cigarette from, dude?
Oh.
Where the fuck did you like get that shit from work?
I'm down at the pub. I ask around. People smoke.
Need a light.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Tonight, on Covered in Film,
Holy shit.
we review God damn it. Hang on a second.
Oh, get on with it.
All right. We review the action-packed 1989 Covered in my left foot. I don't even know what the fuck.
Wait,
to
you
say
covered your
anymore.
left foot in film? Why would you do that?
I'm so lost.
Are we
after
talking
that.
This is
Sock?
blasphemous. Respect this movie and this man's story.
All right, yeah. If you guys don't know, it's actually not action-packed.
Russell is crying.
It's
Fantastic.
Aye, as am I. How many times did you cry in this movie? I count one. One for I.
probably once or twice.
At least as many bricks as they laid.
That was a lot of bricks.
Oh, you're touching me heart.
So this movie, by the way, if you've never watched the show before, we spoil movies. So turn it off right now.
No, don't do
Unless
that. Like
you're
and
one of our
subscribe.
7 viewers.
You idiot.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. But we're gonna spoil some things. This is the true story of Christy Brown. It's a video adaptation of his written real life story, written by him.
Yeah.
He was a Irish guy with cerebral palsy who was
Quadrilateral. Oh, cerebral palsy. That's a
Fam-
bad one.
famous for painting and writing. And this movie's kind of famous. It was Daniel Day-Lewis's first movie where he won. First movie where he won Best Actor. So, before I cannot talk anymore, Joe, why don't you rate it and grade it for us?
So, keeping with my new format, this one's an A+.
Thank God I picked a movie that Joe gave an A+ to. One that he hadn't seen before.
Well, I
You
mean,
wanna
it's not hard. It's on week, off week. I mean, A+, F, A+, F, A+, it's a thing. This movie was very well done. I would argue that the boy who played Christy Brown deserved more in the acting chops department than DDL. As much as I appreciate DDL in this movie, I feel like a lot of the groundwork was laid with that kid's early performance.
This is insanity.
Yeah, call it what you will. But I'd also be curious to see, like, this is his written perspective of it. What was it really like? So, but overall, I really enjoyed the movie.
Did he leave out some of the bad parts?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
redeeming
movie
factors. When he blocked the soccer ball with his head,
Oh, it's beautiful.
I stood up. Like he got a standing ovation for that.
When that guy
you went from
over-
6 p.m. to midnight, you mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Come on now.
Wreck the pub.
Wreck the pub. What I'm not to jump ahead, but Wreck the Pub. That was pretty messed up.
So fucked up.
Like the pub didn't really do anything. It was just those guys.
What the fuck you mean the pub didn't do
Get
anything?
the till.
This motherfucker just died. And he's
Right from
settling
the
up at
start.
the bar with his fucking widow saying 7 pounds, friggin' blah, blah, blah. 7 pounds. She saved up 20 pounds and they acted like they won the fucking lottery. So 7 pounds was no small amount to pay. And the fact that he made her pay that, fuck that motherfucker, dude. Wreck that motherfucking pub. They went there that night to wreck it. They didn't go
True,
there.
fuck
so,
'em.
Fuck that.
They
guy.
went there to remember their da. Respect for da.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, when he did the laugh, which from Kelly and I, it was like respect for da. And then he starts wheeling towards him. It was like, oh shit. Here it comes.
I was so disappointed when he freaking kicked the bear out of his hands instead of just racking that dude in the fucking nads, dude.
Exactly. It was an
why
odd
did
choice.
you not
Odd
just-
choice.
Yeah.
Odd choice.
So A plus.
They all
I
they
don't
all
know what
live-
Ben felt about it.
Well, let me tell you, I think that odd choice is indicative of a feel that this movie had, almost of a state production with Ireland helping out. And that's a great thing. Me, I mean, solid B plus. And
loving the fucking accent. So
Yeah.
good. So good.
oi. Russell, what was your feelings?
Ben, what's your ethnicity again?
White. So boy, qualify.
Aren't you part Irish? How much Irish?
I was gonna
are
say you did the DNA thing, right? You
I
already
did.
know.
Let me look it up. Oh no. No.
I
All
did
right.
the DNA thing, and I was
no.
disappointed to find out that I'm like 85% British.
Yeah. I think I'm
Dude.
like 64 or something like that.
British isn't a race.
It's an ethnicity.
Is
And what
it?
does it have to do with Ireland? Oh, wait. They were subjugated.
oh wait.
Right. Russ, what
Right.
would you get this movie? Who made us watch it and are hosting this episode?
Yes.
You know, this is my second time watching it. You guys only watched it once, right? This is your first time.
First time.
Wait. You have talked about this movie. I don't even know how many fucking times. This is only your second time watching it.
Yeah.
Made that much of an impression.
Hey, fair. I don't
Good
get
for
that
you.
passionate about any movie that
I gave this movie a fair shake. I didn't take notes. I just let the art wash over me.
I will say there was nothing that I thought was worse the second time around watching it. However, after the first time you watch this movie, you don't want to watch it as much the next time because it is not a fun watch. It is hard to enjoy this movie other than for its great acting.
What you got here? What you got here is a classic case of watching an incredible performance from an up-and-coming actor with solid backing. I mean, that lady, Eileen, that's Harry Potter's aunt. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That's Harry Potter's aunt.
Is she really?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
That's great.
This movie was made in 89.
Harry Potter's aunt, the mean one?
Well, it's not the nice one.
The one who floats
Dickhead.
away.
All right. So
I'd give the
Wait,
movie.
I love the fact that he's on Google while he's looking for these facts.
hey,
Oh no, I wasn't.
let's
looking
get
for-
into the meat of it. Let's quit fucking around. Who looked into this guy's real life?
Hey, I gave it an A.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, hey.
All right.
Hey.
Hey, huh?
Yeah,
For the
I think
cinematography or
I think I would have given it an A plus the first time I watched it. Second time there was like maybe a little bit lacking, but everyone should watch this movie one time, if not more. It's an amazing piece of cinema with some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life. And it's a good story that really makes you appreciate what you have.
his ability to mimic cerebral palsy. Yeah, it can't be understated. You know what I mean? It cannot be understated. He stayed in character the whole time. People had to wheel him around and feed him.
Yeah, he refused to
I
get out of
mean-
his wheelchair when he wasn't on the show.
I
Daniel-
can totally see a
Daniel-
key grip. Like, I don't want to feed this motherfucker again. He lets it drip out of his mouth. All he's got to do is get up and make himself a sandwich.
It's
Except
a
in an English
documented fact though that he friggin' Daniel Day-Lewis is a method actor. I want to know.
That's a fact. I've never heard that. You want to know what? Are you going to go my way? All right.
I want to know what happened to Ben's accent. That's what I want to know. I want to know where Scottish Ben went or Irish Ben. Sorry, wrong
Irish
movie.
Ben, you fucking
Irish
bastard.
Ben. Wow,
Oh
hey,
my
there
God.
it is.
You're like a Protestant over
It's
there.
Ben
I don't know what to
Brown.
think of you. You're one of the devil's own.
He was a big mouth like all the Browns.
They can take our land.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You American boys are ridiculous. What was your favorite scene? What scene made you cry?
Cry? Okay.
I cried when he wrote Mother. The
Yeah,
waterfall.
that scene was pretty powerful. My favorite scene though was not that scene, and it wasn't one that made me cry. It was the one where she said, with speech therapy, I can teach you to say fuck off more clearly.
Yeah.
And then he goes and opens the door and you see him smile and everything. And like, he's a little excited about it. I really liked that. It like everything that he goes through in this, in the kid and DDL, it's like a Michael Scott moment to the extreme the whole time. Like, you are cringing, you are frustrated, you are angry with the situation because you want to help, or you're frustrated for him. And then the few moments where he's actually happy and something good happens and he smiles a little bit, like, God, it's such a relief. And that moment right there really helped me with this movie.
Agreed. Joseph, tell me you got something beautiful.
When his mom goes out to build him his own room.
Oh God. I really like the dad. I know it may be controversial. He was kind of a bastard, but I love the dad.
Like
I thought
every
he was
great Irishman.
Oh, just a proper Irish fuck.
Yeah, the one
Beautiful.
One of the
Beautiful. Have a point.
One of the questions I had for
the
you guys
Browns.
was, did you hate the dad or did you understand the dad?
Oh, I understood that fucking father. 22 children born, 9 died in childbirth. That's a statistic from the mother. That's insanity. 9.
Insanity. You've said insanity twice with your fucking
I
Irish.
swear to God, I'll come through this screen and give you a walloping.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
Joe, what did you feel about the dad? Did you love or hate him?
It's a love-hate relationship. I mean, you
Just-
as a single parent, and somebody who believes in traditional family values, much like this era of Irish families, where the mother stays home and raises kids, and the father goes to work and pays bills, and I mean,
you run the
you-
household, I'll keep the money.
yeah, and it comes up many times in this movie.
So many.
Many,
Oh my god.
many social instances where it comes up. Porridge for dinner.
Again, I wish I would have watched it with the subtitles on for that scene. Whatever he was mumbling that was fucking with his dad.
I watched it with the subtitles. It just says mumbling.
In all honesty, though,
anticlimactic.
in all honesty, though, I feel like that scene betrayed a little bit to the fact that he wrote his own book. That Irish father in that time with those struggles, he'd have fucking smacked that kid around. He wouldn't have just let him get away with fronting him in front of the family like that.
No, what's the point of beating on that poor boy? He can't defend himself.
No, it wouldn't have been a beating on, like not like he gave to his other boys, because that was established.
But one good hard one.
I mean, one little smack, motherfucker.
How many points have I had?
Just because you can't do anything but hold a pencil with your left foot, motherfucker. Shit. Talk to me.
One of the I was kind of debating if I actually wanted to say this on the show or not.
Oh my god.
But I decided I would.
Don't be a gobshite.
Could you? There's a scene where when the dad comes home and mom is building the room out of the brick, and he gets all excited, and the dad rallies all the boys, and they finish building the room for him rather quickly. Rather quickly, they
make a contest of it. It's beautiful.
In an afternoon, a single day.
It's beautiful.
Well, afterwards, the mom says, "This will be the closest your dad will ever get to saying he loves you." And that line struck home for me. I miss my dad, but I don't remember him saying he loves me. And I'm sure he did, but I don't know, that's something that I think a lot of men have trouble with. And it kind of comes back to my question of, do you understand the dad? I don't remember my grandfather saying he loves me. And
no, never heard from my grandfather. And I looked up to my grandfather and saw him often. I don't remember ever hearing it from him.
And I know he did, but
yeah. Funny enough, I don't remember her saying that in this movie. So this is a surprise to me and super deep.
Yeah, it really struck home with me, and the dad in general. Yeah. I found that maybe were there scenes in this movie that you guys can relate to in your own upbringing? There were a couple that stood out to me as like, oh, that reminds me of my childhood. Unfortunately, that was one for me, even though I know my dad loved me.
Wow.
Ben,
how many children did you grow up with? Did you have the feet in the face? Because I was like, dude, there's a baby every year for a number of years.
Oh,
there's
dude, 22 baby. Fucking kids.
22 years. She was pregnant for 22 years because the Catholics said, don't pull out and don't put on any protection. And a population went kaboom.
They needed it.
Dude, the stress that puts on a freaking single woman's body to reproduce at that rate is insane.
It shows you how tough the Irish are, I think.
The real star of this movie, the real star of Christy Brown's life is his mother. Like,
absolutely.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
All of that, and still freaking gets this kid a wheelchair, supports his fucking growth, private. Dude, I mean, insane. Like, mom is off the hook.
When she carries him up the stairs and falls, and it's all messed up, and you're not sure if she's coming back.
Going
Dude,
into labor.
she was pregnant. Yeah, she
yeah,
freaking
she
went
put
into
herself
labor.
into labor.
Yeah.
I
mean, labor.
the fact that she keeps coming back and like keeps on chugging along after all that was, I don't know. She wins. And later on in the movie, she says to him, I would give you my legs if I could take yours. I just want you to be happy.
Dude, they don't make women like that anymore, bro.
Sure they
Like,
do.
Fuck that shit, dude, man. You all motherfuckers got shacked up. Y'all are shacked up. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, my wife would carry me upstairs.
I mean, there's no way.
Oh,
Just
dude.
physically impossible. I'm sorry. Same thing with me. Like, yeah, if we go hiking somewhere and I go down, it's like, go get help. Don't try and help me, because you can't do it. You can get farther without me. I'll try. Yeah, no. Yeah, they
I'll
don't
push
make
myself
women like
with
this.
my
And
left
times aren't
foot.
this tough anymore. You see the coal
This is true.
they're burning in their fireplace?
I know, coal in the fireplace. That shit that stuck out to me. I was like,
You want to talk about the black lung?
a raging fucking coal fire, dude.
Fucking
no
hell.
grate, no grill, no nothing, just coal.
Did you see
But
that
I really like that scene.
Did you see he was born in 1931, I think it was?
So Daniel Plainview was probably 30 around the time this lad was born. Good to know.
How old was Lincoln? He's
yeah, minus some years, I think. Maybe.
But,
I don't know my years. Don't at me.
But they didn't talk
You
about
have to have an at to be added.
they didn't talk about
Aye.
they didn't talk about World War II at all, which I thought was interesting. Like Christie didn't say how that may have impacted his life in his book, or they just felt like they should leave it out in the movie. I never read the book, obviously.
Seriously, though, did anybody look into his real life and his relationship with this lady?
No.
Did anybody look into his later life? Because I'm about to narrate it. Come on. Did anybody look?
Come on, Ben.
Let's
I'm gonna blow your fucking minds right now, all right? There's a lady that's not depicted in the movie.
My left foot twitches, narrated by Ben.
Ben, before you narrate, put the hat back on, narrate in character.
Listen to this shite, right? There's a lady not in this movie. No, that's not Ireland. No. Dude, there's a lady not even depicted in this movie, an American. He starts corresponding with. She's already married, but he comes to visit her. They form a relationship, and she's deciding, look, the guy I'm married to loves me, but I'm going to get married to this guy and give him fulfillment like he hasn't had before. She's going to give up her life to get Christy Brown in a real relationship that feels like, only she's not too calmly. She's not a beautiful woman. In comes the lady who's depicted in the movie, the nurse, not as nurse in real life, just a lady, but she likes to drink. She likes to party. She likes to swing it both ways, cheats on him a bunch, and basically encourages his alcoholism until he dies, covered in bruises, like 81. So the lady he gets involved with at the end of life, Mary, and at the end of the movie, definitely not how it turned out in real life. It's fucking tragic to think he wanted love so bad that he incurred. I mean, look it up on Wikipedia.
I mean, there's
fucking tragic. This movie, beyond anything else, this is a tragic story of a guy with more fucking gumption than any of us have. Like, what you almost want to say, what could he have done with a normal life? But what he did with his own life is such a greater accomplishment than most of us ever meet a person who's done more. If you think about what he overcame, it's fucking insane.
No, I mean, you're preaching. Yeah, that this is a fact. Like I heard the statement that his therapist's fiance Yes, got that right.
Peter.
Right,
Peter.
Peter. He's like, some people say that he's an accomplished crippled artist. And I
Mhm.
say simply that he's an accomplished artist, period.
Yeah, that's an insult. And he shouts, "That's right." Yeah.
But I mean, you'd say it's an insult, but is it?
In 2022, yes.
Yeah, we can't answer that
It
question.
is actually. It is. And how dare you pose that question?
Yeah, you're a monster, Joe.
Whatever.
No. Whatever. Jog on.
That's right.
You can still
Exactly.
talk about whatever you want. Whatever you want.
All
What
right,
else you
dude.
got about your left foot, Russ? This movie makes my feet cramp just thinking of trying. I used
Dude,
to
you
grab
took the
stuff with
word
my
out of
toes
you
all
took the
the
word
time.
out of my mouth. Like, has anybody ever gotten that foot cramp?
Oh,
The
dude.
foot cramp under the
I used to
arch of
cramp
your
shit with my
foot?
toes all the time. I try it now and it's cramp city. It's fucking ridiculous.
I have
Ben's in traction
two-
for like 3 weeks. He's like,
I have 2 stories that I can't share here.
Good.
That
Pussy.
foot cramps just ruined something really cool for me.
All
All right. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
All right, wait. I got a little bit of trivia,
So funny.
just fun facts.
Cool.
well,
this-
if you're
this
hitting it
movie-
right, the foot cramps will ruin it.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, for real. Sometimes you got to change a little bit. It's like, anyway, go ahead.
All
right. Do you think that this movie was successful or not? I'll just spoil it for you. This movie cost $600,000 to make. It made 14.7 million.
I don't doubt it.
Quite
It's a great
successful.
story of Ireland.
The Irish can absolutely be relied on at the box office.
Fuck, yeah.
This guy's a national treasure from what I
Look at
understand.
U2's career.
You too. Is that your new
Fair.
All right. Anyways,
Hey, Joshua Tree and Octung Baby. I think best 2 albums. I love them. Since I watched the movie.
Dude, why does Ben not use this accent more often? He's fucking slaying it, dude. Like, this has got to be one of your reoccurring characters. Like, how is this not
There's
a
no
regular
way.
thing?
We got to watch more Irish shit
Needs
for me to
be
do it.
Jim
Next
Jamming,
up,
dude.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Oh.
And I'll do more. No,
next
but
time
seriously,
you
I've been
visit,
eating up Irish stuff. And then I don't know if anybody knows, Netflix Phantom Thread just got added, which is DDL's newest one. I've never seen it. Watched it last night. I would say it's like a dressmaker's secretary almost. That's you ever watch
love all the,
Secretary?
like, you sound super pumped, and then as you go to describe this movie, you go,
I mean, he's not playing enough of a wacky character that you're like, oh, like he does not mimic cerebral palsy anymore. You know what I mean? He's just a British guy who's got some weird flavor to him, and he's a bit of a see you next Tuesday.
Did he?
Anyway,
feed
on
himself?
Netflix.
Did he?
I'm watching
feed
In the Name of the Father within the next week for sure. I'm on
All
a
right.
DDL-a-thon.
DDL-a-thon.
all right, Joe, your turn. Ben, shut up for me.
All right.
Okay,
Drink
wait.
from my point.
Another fun fact then. This movie, they had to film it in a mirror, most of the scenes, because Daniel Day-Lewis could not use his left foot to do most of the scenes. He could only use his right foot.
This guy stays in character the entire time. How much do you think that pissed him off that he couldn't do his left foot?
Also,
Probably a lot. It probably allowed him to connect with his character a lot more.
Good point.
Not having the ability to replicate the exact circumstances and forcing it around to that.
maybe he just owned it. He's like, whatever, I'll do right foot.
Who
By
was
the
the
way,
kid? Who was
Forcing
the
it
kid?
around. Forcing it
So-
around also what he used to call,
So the kid, I actually wanted to ask before I go into the kid, who do you guys think was the better actor? Joe?
The kid.
That's fucking insanity. There's no
Okay.
way. Do you see him put a trimmer across his fucking face as he is? Dude, there is that kid tried. That kid did great. But come on, bro. There are parts of that performance where it's like, how is he getting his body to do it? He's
Nah.
got to have just trained it. Yeah.
Nah,
What a relief when she starts training him.
So-
when she starts the therapy.
What verbal acting did that kid do?
None.
Literally none. Not a single interpreted word came out of his mouth.
So
in
it
the
was
family
easy for
setting,
him.
right? That was easy. That was easy.
I
Portraying
actually,
that frustration of holding a piece of chalk with pushing yourself
dude.
around on the fucking floor, holding a piece of chalk. You got your whole fucking family, all 360 fucking 5,000 of them, standing around watching you fucking fumble around with chalk on the fucking floor.
He does the fucking fraction, dude. I'm like, where's the sister?
Nah,
The sister fucking
dude,
knows she was
no,
right there.
No,
Where's the sister to be like, that's 1/8, dude?
no. I mean, I personally feel like the kid, when mom falls down the stairs and he has to have his first moment where he ambulates himself
Pounds
by
on the fucking
himself.
door like a demon.
Yeah, saved his fucking mom, dude. Saved his mom's fucking life.
And then had the neighborhood grannies talking shite.
Yeah. All
they
kinds
called
of-
him a moron.
The indignity.
Yeah. I'd have shit my
So-
drawers just to fucking prove a point.
So for me,
Boy, that's a good one.
that's Joe gives it to the kid. Ben gives it to DDL. The goat.
And mom. I mean,
Mom was amazing. I have to say, I would probably also give it to the kid with the caveat that DDL
Shit.
DDL was just in the movie more and developed. He had more opportunity
Oh, that's
to
controversial.
develop the story more for Christy Brown, which is like what you're there to see. But I feel like when the kid was on screen, the amount of energy that I was exerting into just like sitting in the chair, being emotional for that kid was more than I was for DDL.
I don't feel like Daniel Day-Lewis's performance would have been noteworthy without the groundwork that the kid laid in the first fucking hour of the movie.
See, and I don't
longer potentially than an hour. Like I didn't actually keep track, but like I almost feel like, and this would have to go to the trivia wardens and Daniel Day-Lewis himself may only know, but how much of DDL's performance came from the performance that was laid out by the kid?
Yeah, I feel like
0%.
like they both did an amazing
maybe
job,
5,
but
maybe 5.
but for me, the kid was just like
He wasn't bad.
He
wasn't
didn't.
bad.
It was harder. The kid's job was harder because
way fucking harder.
You had
way fucking
as a
harder.
child who's expected to be a complete idiot your entire life, breaking out of that's he really portrayed it. He really did. He's not a bad actor.
Well, I think for me, the kid, like, he makes you feel just as much as DDL does, but he doesn't get the use of the wheelchair. He can't talk. I
didn't cry at any of DDL's scenes. I'll say that.
A fucking man.
It's all
fucking men.
It's
Way
all
to go. And what's the boy's name?
This is the difference between Russ hosting versus Ben hosting.
No. So his name.
Oh, you better pay your fucking respect for that.
His name is Hugh O'Connor.
What else is he doing?
Yeah, he's
That's a bad
really
question.
The Irish stuff. He's done it back in the home
no.
country.
So I'd
I'm
say
out here driving a fucking cab. I can't tell you.
the biggest name movie that
like the
he's
Avengers.
done. What the fuck, man? All right, are you done?
I hope not. It's so good.
The biggest name movie that he's been involved in since this is Chocolat. And he
Oh,
was a side-
chocolate por tu mamá.
Oh, take the hat off.
I know. You gotta be like bald and suave for that. You can't have the freaking
Put it on backwards.
There you go. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, he's a side character in it. He's also Ben. Do you remember that movie, The Stag? Kind of a crap movie.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
he was in that as a side character. He's also tried his hand at writing and directing. Never did anything major.
Well, good for him for not quitting.
Yes, I guess.
Dude, I don't know how that kid took on this role. Well, I mean, I don't know. This role could have been like the block on his career, like attacking this as a precursor to DDL coming on for the second half of the movie. Like,
Bro,
could
it's
you
gotta be
imagine the pressure?
Yeah, the choice. Well, think of the choice he made. Like you're gonna go play a quadriplegic. Your entire role will be what it was. How you're like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, most kids are like, no, I want to sing and I want to jump around. I'm really great at jumping around.
And
This
this is
guy's
purely,
like,
and this
I
is
can scoot
purely,
across the floor.
and this is purely speculation on my part, because I obviously haven't read the book. But how much of the early part was narrated to that degree? Like, I scooted myself across the floor using only the propulsion of my left foot. I struggled against the preconceptions of my family that I had no actual intelligence and couldn't communicate, and dealt with the preconceived notions of everybody around me about my intelligence level until I wrote Mother on the like. I would imagine, and again, this is completely unqualified speculation, that all went by pretty quick in the book.
You're semi-qualified after over a year of mediocre reviews.
Let's talk about being an amateur movie reviewer for at least a half an hour if we could. How do you guys feel with the change? Do you watch editing more? Do you listen? How much ADR was in this movie? A fair amount, I would say.
I don't know. It
What's
depends on the movie.
ADR?
We've been doing this way too long. Way too long for you to do that. Number one, how dare you?
One more fun fact.
Number two, who do you think you are? All right. Let's have a fun fact.
This is the only movie to ever receive an A+ rating from Entertainment Weekly. Which, I mean,
is seriously the only movie? Really?
Yeah. I mean,
that is.
I read it too. I read it in the paper.
At the time that Wikipedia fact was written, I mean, maybe Black Panther's topped it since then.
Spider-Man's creeping up.
Spider-Man's
creeping up. 1.7 million.
Trillion? Quadrillion. How long till we get into a quadrillion?
Hey, what was your guys' first word?
What?
I noticed they left it out in this movie. They assume the first word in this movie is mother.
I wanted to just hurl out some filth right there, but I held back.
He writes mother, and then they switch to DDL, who's already talking. And I was like, what the hell is his first word? I was waiting so long to hear him say mother, but he never said it. It's just fair. Like that's they fair. Skipped over that. And I was like, my first word was duck, which really
to be honest, it probably got lost in the translation of him writing the book versus living the life, because his first spoken words were probably not conceived by anybody around him.
Well, except for his ma. She always knew what he meant.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she didn't
Always.
pick up on the algebraic equation. Fuck that bitch. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. A curse on your tongue.
Bleh.
Do you guys know your first word?
No, I don't know my first word.
Wow.
I'd have to ask my mom.
I feel like
Probably-
Christy
probably
Brown's
dad
first
or mom.
word.
Probably mom.
You think your mom knows? Probably.
I would bet.
You know,
Yeah.
fun fact, most babies say dad before mom because it's easier.
I'm pretty
So-
sure I said no, never mind. I'm about to do Pantera lyrics.
Ben said,
All right.
drinking beer and crushing pussy.
All right.
I
So
came to this planet for two things.
have
All
have
right.
either of you guys seen Lincoln?
I handled one of them when I got here.
Joe, have you? This episode is just so belligerent.
Much like this movie.
No. All right, Joe, did you see Lincoln?
I saw Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
You're gonna fuck this up. All right, I'm gonna have to pick that later. But of the movies you've seen, guys, which one is DDL's best performance? Ben, you first.
Wait. Best performance or I mean, dude.
We've done this before with DDL.
No, Joe, you've only seen one of his best acting. Now you've seen two. You can't even.
What the fuck are you
participate
talking
in-
about? We did There Will Be Blood. We did fucking Gangs in New York. We've done
Last of the
fucking
Mohicans.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd put that
But
in
those
the running,
aren't-
but
He's been
Where you
nominated for
go?
best actor.
I will find you.
He's won Best Actor 3 times, and now you have seen 2 of those movies officially. So
What's the other one?
between
Name of the father, Lincoln,
Lincoln
Lincoln.
and this movie and There Will Be Blood are his 3
Hmm.
Best Actor awards.
Fun fact: Lincoln did not invent Lincoln Logs. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's crazy, right?
I invent that shit every day at about 7:15 p.m.
Wow.
Joe-
Hang on. Let's not get into
Joe,
that.
let's
Lincoln though. Lincoln's great, dude. I forget every time I start it. I've only watched it 3 times. I start it and it's so violent. The beginning of that movie is so quickly like this is a horror show we've been in for a number of years.
yeah, the Civil War was not a good war.
Right. You know, opposed to the good wars.
Of course, the
There-
good wars.
What are the good wars?
World War
All right.
One wasn't so bad.
So Ben,
When we fought
of those-
Thanos, that was a good war.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you know,
Yeah.
watch 1917. We reviewed it.
Oh.
Of those 3 movies, which one do you think is his best?
I mean, dude, Plainview is my favorite. The talent and effort it takes for a person to so well mimic a physical disease that incapacitates people is a step beyond. The fact that he did this as his breakout is really just shows that, I mean, it's all downhill from here. To be able to act this role is who you look at What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, people say how
That's-
amazing his performance is.
It's a fucking great performance.
Absolutely. But is it Leo's best performance? He didn't leave it all the way this guy really. This is cerebral palsy. It's not whatever the proper term is to say because I don't want to be a dick. There's
Wait,
no
what do you-
denying that this movie took
do you mean?
something special.
What was the problem in What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Some kind of,
Mental retardation is the common.
You said it. You said it.
Joe
It was appropriate at the time. He was mentally
Joe-
challenged.
Yes.
Between the two movies that you've seen, There Will Be Blood and this one, which one would you say is his best performance?
To be honest, I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna
Don't say Gangs of New York.
because
but wait. That should be a conversation.
Get out of here, Ben.
He's the best thing in that movie, and that role is amazing.
It's true.
so in keeping with how DDL brings his performance to the screen, I'm gonna postulate that there aren't any comparisons between his roles. Like his nominations for best actor in those roles has everything to do with the movies and the content that were brought out the year that those movies came out. But personally, I would watch almost anything that he's in because he will always bring the heat. He will always elevate the script, all of the other actors that are on screen with him to a level that you haven't seen before. There Will Be Blood, with anybody else in that fucking role, it would have been a shit show. You know, Gangs in New York without him would have been another fucking DiCaprio fucking Titanic fan fucking fest.
You can strip away the entire rest of the movie except for Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes. I mean,
Strip it away and rebuild it right around him. And you've got a better movie.
We made a ridiculous comment earlier, and I'm going to back it up. Last of the Mohicans, completely forgettable without him.
Come on, Madeline Stowe. Don't talk shit about Madeline Stowe.
Get the fuck out of here, dude, with your bullshit.
Hey, she was in Bad Girls.
Nobody even knows who
Drew
Madeline
Barrymore.
Stowe is.
All right. Well, thanks for not answering the question. I'm gonna go with
if I
this
had
movie.
if I had to pick, it would be There Will Be Blood.
I agree with what Ben said in that if I'm gonna go watch a DDL Best Actor movie again, this one's probably gonna be on the bottom of my list. As I said, the second time watching it, this movie is not enjoyable to watch. You are just sad and frustrated the entire time.
I'm gonna break in. I'm gonna use a CP point, and I'm gonna freaking break in with the interrupt because
CP point. Get out of here. We're
the
not playing that
most
game.
empowering fact of this movie was how much his family fucking supported him.
Oh, I'm not saying that there's not redeeming qualities. It's just it's a hard watch. In a lot
It
of
wasn't a
DDL
hard
stuff.
watch. I don't feel like it was a hard watch. I felt like it was very incredibly heartwarming to see.
Super positive.
To see
positive.
how much this man.
Yeah, this is a
got
happy ending movie too.
encouraged and brought his brothers and his sisters, everybody, every fucking buddy.
Should we talk about his relationship with his sister?
Well, I mean,
Very sad
Yeah.
to see her go. He was.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go there.
I mean, it's, what, the 1700s in Ireland. What can you do?
Here I
And
am
you're-
trying to bring up the positive things, and Ben's like,
They don't even
incest.
have they don't even have plumbing yet, right? When this movie happens.
Anyways, I was going to agree with you.
I
I
mean,
think
he
I'd,
figured out the plumbing with the sister. What?
I'd rather watch and recommend There Will Be Blood. But if I'm going to say best performance, it would be this movie. Like everything Ben said. How does a person do that? It was incredible.
And
You
yet
take a
everybody
year.
looks over the kid.
You take a year and you develop a fucking tick.
This is
what
the
you do.
only part that is a hang up for me with how much friggin' praise he gets for this movie.
The only
Is
part.
everybody comes to this movie about DDO and nobody talks about the kid, because I absolutely will maintain that DDL's performance would not pass muster without the groundwork that this kid laid in the early scenes. It just fucking wouldn't.
See, I disagree. I think he did a great job on his own, but I think the kid wasn't in the movie long enough to win Best Actor. I think he
Felt like
should
fucking
be.
forever. I'm watching this kid. Are you serious?
think
I
he
was,
felt
yeah,
like
I know. That's
forever.
what I'm saying. It was like at least an hour. At least an
Jesus.
hour.
No, he wasn't. He was like 30 minutes. The
But
whole
it felt
movie's
like
100
Still,
90.
that shit laid all the groundwork, dude. It laid all the groundwork. Him,
No,
his
he
mom, right?
he totally
carrying him
did.
up and down, and the time about her stashing the money, dude. The scene of her stashing the money in the fireplace was like,
Oh,
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're absolutely right. But semantics, Joe.
good for him.
I asked you a different question.
Great question. Glad the dad didn't start beating on him.
All right.
Fucking smack
got-
that bitch around. Pow!
I got one question left before we move on. And I think it's great because like I read all my questions in order as they came up, and this one was not supposed to be my last one, but it's the perfect one to end on. Why the hell did that waiter just keep pouring him liquor? That was one of the things that took it from an A plus to an A. Like that does not make any sense to me.
That's because you're living today. This lad was a famous artist with famous artist friends. He was being told, give me liquor till I'm dead. And, you got to oblige.
And as noting that on the last pour, when he asked him to pour, the last
Ridiculous. It was like, you're going to die, motherfucker.
filled that motherfucker
Yeah.
to the rim. He was like, all
Insanity.
right, cool. We're doing it.
It just that was one of those few
My
scenes that
gratuity
did not
gets added
seem,
on automatically.
it did not
I'm
seem
getting my tip.
realistic to me.
I'll get my tip, motherfucker.
If only my servers could hear you now.
You should show him the show.
No, never.
Ah, there we
The
go.
day they find
There
out,
it is.
the day they
I'm
find
going
out,
to
I
get your
stopped
workers'
playing.
names.
There
And
it
I'm going to
is.
send them the link.
Christy Brown is willing to forge a love letter to a girl he's got a crush on under his brother's name, but Russ won't promote our show.
Nope.
Regardless of any fun, a very inspirational story.
Yeah, highly recommended. Watch it. Prepare yourselves for a sad story. But it's
See, I
amazing.
didn't feel like it was a sad story, man. Like I'm gonna fight you on your overall consensus here. Like having not
Okay,
watched
wait.
it.
Would you agree with me
Is
on
it-
this that it's a overall, it's not a sad story. The total story is not sad, but the watch is hard and sad.
I wouldn't.
Which
don't
watch
cry
the,
for
the watches dad owns.
I don't
What do you-
I don't cry for a lot of movies, and I cried during this one.
Oh, God.
I would not agree with that. I would say it's challenging. I would say this is a movie that challenges your preconceptions, especially for the time that it was set and the time that we're in currently and the way that people treat
To tie
each other. Hey,
Right,
there
right,
it
keep going.
is.
Keep going.
It-
Right?
I feel like it brings, it's a real congruence between modern times and the times back then. As much of a struggle as they had, to have all of them there at dinner and to have them all come together to build the room for Christy. And even when the sister is getting kicked out because she's pregnant, and the conflict that presents with Christy and the four brothers all sleeping in the same bed, and the cost of coal and living and being a bricklayer. And I hit my friggin' boss in the head with a brick by accident, but not really. And
Also-
going to the pub. I mean, I did not get a feeling of sadness from this movie. Like, in a sense, could it be viewed as tragic? Absolutely. Should you consume it as inspirational?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've lost a lot as a society over what we take to be important and the effort that we put into our families and the crap that we consume daily. I found it to be an inspirational movie. I did not find it to be sad. Is it challenging to watch? Yes, it's challenging to watch. You need to come with an open mind.
Well, Joe,
From the mouths of babes.
from the Lost Babes to tie to tea to toe. I think that's the show, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Watch
This
this
week
movie.
over
It's a
to Jim.
gem. It's a gem.
This is a gem of movie.